And when COVID hit, we added supporting sustainable local economic development to our mission. We were tightening up people's basements with volunteers, and that kind of went by the wayside, bringing teams of people and kids into other people's houses. But we did manage to do 107 of them. I was counting them up the other day. And, it's been great doing that. So we shifted or pivoted and added to our mission, and decided that we would like to help single-owner businesses get a foothold, and kind of aggregate resources for them, to make it, and also have a place that people can practice learning their sales skills, and also provide sort of an alternative for students that maybe like business but maybe don't want to head on to college and maybe don't want to go into contracting, which is kind of or the hospitals. So, why? I think I'm probably preaching to the choir here when I talk about the great things that small businesses do for our local economy. And we've been fortunate enough, it seems like we've gotten some taken down through this pandemic, but it seems like our area has managed to stay afloat in a lot of ways, with the exception of the supply chain stuff. So the short thing is if you spend $100 at a local business, roughly $68 stays, because it just keeps going around and around the economy. And like I mentioned, we feel that teens need more options on the table when it comes to career choices. And then the really compelling part for me, the part that grabs me the most is we think that, I should say I think because I can't speak for my whole board, but we'll find out, that we can work with goods from our area, and as opposed to a store that buys products from other people and then marks it up to resell it, we think we can capture those dollars by working with wood, because we have so much wood around here, and also sewn goods and baked goods. So I'm going to go into more detail on all of those in a minute. How? Oh, I wanted to go back to why. Also, all through my life, all the places I've ever lived, there's never been a place where the economy was really, really just booming. It was always all these empty stores in downtowns and everybody telling me, oh, you should have been here 10 years ago. So it's kind of been a dream to be surrounded in a thriving, economic, flourishing system that everybody's prosperous and comfortable, I mean, we have a good share of that here, but we also have a pretty significant share of people that are pushing hard just to stay afloat. So over at 422 Quincy, right across the street from the old junior high and just past the DNN Tower, Huntington Tower, we're the first store on the left there. And we plan to, we're calling it the Saturday store, although we will be open at other times as well. But you can count on us to be there on Saturdays from 10 to 5. And then we also have an online presence at testmarket.shop. So that kind of captures the essence of us testing what the community wants to buy and then also what can be sustained with online sales too. But mostly working with what can we make, buy and sell, create a few businesses here, ideally, that's the goal. And we're on a 2-year plan. We're taking it a bit at a time to, like I was saying, teach kids or people how to make business plans and to get associated with different resources that will help them with their business planning and networking and kind of de-risk those first couple of years for people, because that's where people just like get out there and then get acquainted with how much it's going to cost, and they have to have a really decently deep pockets to go ahead and make that stand on their own. So we're working, we have the resources for a while to pull that together and kind of huddle under one roof. And testmarket.shop, there's a presence there. There are a few things there, but it's not all together yet. And we're going to open the first week of May, the first Saturday in May. And that'll be our soft opening, and we'll probably do some things fancy later on in the summer, maybe in June. I was just telling you about the 2-year plan. This is more thorough. I guess the third point, we're starting with volunteer help, and we've had some nice support so far from some of the sororities and fraternities over at Michigan Tech. And we're going to spend that time also in the next year and a half kind of networking with the other Shop Local programs, and also really marketing to people, to more people, that power of local shopping and supporting local businesses. And then doing our best to have the supply chain start here. So like the idea or the really great outcome would be more things that are made here that we don't have to depend on the rest of the world to bring it all the way up to our doorstep. So, and if we can launch one viable business that we can hand off to future motivated business owners after we kind of massage the market, that would be that'd make me really personally really happy. And so last year we went through the I-Corps startup program, and we went through their customer discovery process and found influencers, recommenders, and users and key partners. So we have kind of we have a little bit of people that we can reach out to when we do that solid launch, and also work over the longer term. That was really a wonderful thing. We also I got awarded a Michigan State University Regional Innovation Center Fellowship, and I was able to work also with the Alley, Husky Innovate, the Alley, their makerspace there. We tested a couple of prototypes. That one of them we really hope to, well, two of them we really hope to go further with. And then this year we invested in equipment and infrastructure, and we rented a store, like I was telling you, the Saturday store, and just spent $10,000 so far in front-end costs. So that's kind of the background, and then I'm going to go into a little bit about some of our products that we're working with. So what happened here, the reason this picture is here is I went to a big box store because I needed a light for my office. And I found this in a box, and it cost $90, and I thought it was metal. And I get it back to my office, and I have to start assembling it, and it was plastic. I was like, $90 for a piece of plastic? The lifespan on this, I was like, well, my husband's a contractor, and he's taught me, how to work with different tools and equipment, and I was like, oh my gosh, we could make that with wood. So that kind of started the whole deal, especially the paper on top. So I guess I'll talk about our wood wing first. You see over there the little light box here. This is a kid's night light, and there's a slot in front so that a kid can use scissors, paper, and glue and just drop in whatever night light they want. And that's a prototype. So that little guy is made with beadboard, and we're using staples. It has a little LED in it right now, but so we're hoping that people will like that. We'll have a feature in our Saturday store, and then that can be scaled up to make shelving like that. We're thinking of charging about $40 for that for Christmas presents and birthday presents, and then scaling up to somewhere within that number for an actual light that can, same thing, people can get creative with their kids. And then there's a lot of other future places to go with the wood. And then in the sewing part, we think that these are scarves that you can put in the microwave and heat up over and over again.
If you need somebody to practice on that, I'll be glad.
Oh my gosh, I've just been using them all winter, and when it's below 10 and you go outside and you have this, it changes everything. If you're cold all the time and you're in your office or wherever, having something like this that you can pop in the microwave, the hand warmer, just to have in your hands changes your day a lot. So here's another scarf too. So we have different, we have some of these different heatable things. We have therapy pillows too, but we're also making baby blankets and hair wraps. So the hair wraps, you know, we have this display of hair wraps that cost the same as you can expect to go into a big place and buy. That's kind of the idea, is we want to stay on the same cost competitive level as them, as big stores. And then with the food, we actually bought a grain mill, so I have like about 400 pounds of wheat berries in a grain mill, and we're making crackers so far. That's what we're starting with. And I didn't bring any of those today, but the virtue of them is when you mill that grain fresh, the vitamin E, all the minerals are just like right there for your body to grab up, and that is a wonderful thing. I realize it's probably not a driving factor for people to buy the crackers, but they're pretty tasty too. So, and then there's no preservatives and stuff and additives, and you'll have to come try them. I think we're going to do a sort of a drive-by marketing campaign with the crackers so that people can just drive by for a month and try them, and then if people like them, we'll go into that. And the idea with that too is that it's people can make, for people that are unemployed, they can make $25,000 a year in cottage industry. So we get the grain their way, and they get a good recipe going, and then they can make crackers up to $25,000 a year. So we're going to sort of network around and try to find people that want to do that, want to supplement their income. And here's a little promo as you're leaving if you're interested. Have that there.